There we go. What's going on, YouTubers? Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Natural Born Thriller. And today is Monday. You know what that means. Welcome everyone to New Japan Review. The show from January 4th, 2021. And it's January 24th. And you know what that means. That's what Rocky Romero said when the actual show opened up, which we'll get to that when we get to how that all happened. But basically, yes, this will be a New Japan review pertains to the promotion of New Japan Pro Wrestling. They hosted Wrestle Kingdom 15, and it took place in Tokyo, Japan, the Tokyo Dome, with the attendance of 12,698 New Japan fans in attendance. The tagline was "Go to New Japan," and this was night one for Wrestle Kingdom. Now, during this whole Kingdom build-up, works into the G1 Climax of 30, the Super Juniors, the best of the Super Juniors, I should say, and the Super J Cup. This was going to be a different atmosphere too, where it seems to their the first Wrestle Kingdom show, or working under this whole condition of the COVID-19 pandemic. So usually they will pack a huge crowd for these events, but due to the protocols, that unfortunately they can't do that. And travel issues is going to be what's going to be an issue for that too, where it pertains to anyone overseas coming to New Japan to watch the shows, or it tends to them going to the stadiums, or on this point the Tokyo Dome. Also, yes, we'll get to that when we get to the night two portion of it. But besides that, let's not waste any time. Let's get right into the matches. First of all, they had the pre-show match that they air on their New Japan World. It was originally it was gonna be 22, but then they changed it. I had no idea they changed it until we got to who's in it last, which we'll get to that when we get to it too. It's funny how that was booked too. Ends up being 21 man instead, which tends to the New Japan Rambo. This is basically their version of the Royal Rumble, except in this match you could eliminate your opponents by throwing them over the top rope, pinning them, or submitting them. And also, this match itself, involves rules, which means if you get yourself disqualified by using a weapon of any kind, you will be eliminated too. And we'll get to that portion when we get to that part of it as well. But the way to determine the winners is the last four will have to be in the ring, where it's gonna be for the off night two, the opening show of that one. It's gonna feature it's gonna challenge, I'm meant to say, for the provisional King of Pro Wrestling 22 trophy. And let's get to who's in the match. Now, I don't know if plans change where it tends to they couldn't get 22 in there, to be part of this match, or they just decide to just cut one down, whatever. I don't know. I don't know what the case that may be, but it's whatever. So here's the order entrance into to this 21 man New Japan Rambo. Yeah, Chase Owens, who was number one. He demanded to be in number one. Then you have Tomohiro Ishii. Then you had, who was number two, by the way. Number three was Minoru Suzuki. Number four was, just give me one moment. Gotta find his name. Okay, Yuji Nagata was number 4. Toba Hanaru was number 5. Number 6 was Hiroki Goto. Number 7 was Yujiro Takahashi. Um, then you had number 8 Yoshihashi. Number 9 was Togi Makabe. I was gonna say Togo Makabe. It's Togi Makabe. Excuse me. Number 10 was Tomoaki Hama. Number 11 was Hiroshi Tenza. Number 12 was Rocky Romero. Romero, who's supposed on commentary, but during this whole thing where Kim Kelly was wondering where he was, I had a hunch that he was to be part of this match, and he was. So that's basically where he's been. And the reason why Kevin Kelly was wondering what happened with Rocky Romero, because Rocky Romero was supposed to be on commentary with them, not knowing that he was going to be part of this match. Even I didn't know he was going to be part of this match until Kevin Kelly mentioned that Rocky Romero wasn't on commentary. And as soon as he said that, I'm saying to myself, yeah, he's part of the match, and voila. But yeah, he was number 12. Number 13, Doki. Number 14, Sho. Number 15, Bushi. Number 16, Tiger Mask. Number 17, Bad Luck Fale, I should say. Number 18, Gabriel Kidd. Number 19, Yuja Uemura. Number 20 was Yota Taishuya. And then you had number 21, Toru Yano.
I found a way to find way. Nay. It's 5 names fucking weird shit.
So, order of elimination. Well, actually, I don't remember the order of eliminations. Actually, I should have done that too, by the way. But basically, I can tell you who got eliminated though. And I'll let you know who the final 4. So you had Doki who got eliminated because he used his weapon in the match against. I can't remember who he used it on. Oh yeah, Rocky Romero. He used it on Rocky Romero, and then from there, because he used his weapon, he got disqualified and he got eliminated from the match. But he still beat up on Rocky Romero until Sho came out there to help him. Man, I wish I would have. I wrote down the notes too and all the order missions, but I didn't. I forgot to write down the notes of who got eliminated by who and everything. And then with Taste of Doki, he basically eliminated himself. But anyways, Gabriel Kidd, along with the rest of the Young Lions, again it was Yuya Ujima, Ujiro, Umaru. Again, I'm trying to pronounce his name. Because Japanese names, and Yota Tuji. But yeah, these are Young Lions. 2 of them were Japanese, and one of them was American. Unfortunately, they didn't make it to win, to advance. Even though they were part of it at the very end. Hiroki Goto and Yoshihashi, they both eliminated at the same time by. It was either Chase Owens or was. I'm trying to remember if it was. Oh yeah, it was Hinari. Hinari was the one who made the both of them. So yeah, I think Ishii eliminated him afterwards too, if I recall. But yeah, Oh wait, it's Hiroyoshi. I meant to say Hiroyoshi. Hiroyoshi Tenzan was that was his name. I pronounced his name wrong. My apologies. But he was he got eliminated too. I don't remember who he got eliminated by though. hmm. Manoru Suzuki and Yuji Nagate, they both got eliminated by Chase Owens. No, wait, not Chase Owens. It was someone. I think it was Ishii. It may have been Ishii. May have been Chase Owens. I don't remember. But they were both fighting on the apron, and they both got shoved off of the apron because they were over the top rope and everything. And they were fighting on the apron, and it was probably Ishii who probably eliminated them, unless it was Hanari. I could be wrong. I don't remember. See, that's why I should have wrote down the notes too of that. So that way I could remember. Rocky Romero, he got eliminated. He got thrown out by someone. I don't remember who he got thrown out by because they didn't really show who eliminated him. So probably was Chase Owens. Show got eliminated too. Don't remember how he got eliminated. Tiger Mask got eliminated. I already talked about how Tiro Hanari got eliminated by Ishii. Toki Makabe got eliminated by Hamna and Tenzan. Tomohiro Ishii, he got eliminated by, I believe he got eliminated by Balak Farley. Yoshihashi, I already mentioned him getting eliminated along with Roki Goto. And yeah, and now here's the final four that lasted in the match. Chase Owens, who started as number 1. Balak Farley, who started as number 17. Bushi, who started off at number 15. And number 21 entry was Toru Yano. And as soon as Toru Yano comes out, and then we see Bushi, Balak Farley, and Chase Owens already in the ring, because the Young Lions at this point were already gone. And as soon as Toru Yano was coming out there, basically he did his entrance and he didn't have to do anything. So basically he already advances to it. Like, what the hell? So yes, your final four to compete on the opening of night 2 for Wrestle Kingdom will be Chase Owens, Balak Farley, Bushi, and Toru Yano, where they're going to be fighting for the provisional, the Pro Wrestling 2021, I should say, trophy. So it's funny that Yano won a match and he didn't even do anything. Oh man, you gotta love it, And that was the pre-show. The opening show, they did a video package represents to how everything has started, from last year of Wrestle Kingdom, with a jam-packed crowd with making noise and everything, to unfortunately the pandemic ruining everything, ruining plans, and it's been an empty arenas for a little bit, and then they started bringing fans in, and they claim they can't make noise because it's the protocol, the proper proportions for the COVID-19 situation. So they gotta do is just stomp on the ground and clap to make noise. That's the best they can do. I missed the roars of the crowds, folks. Unfortunately, we didn't get that on Wrestle Kingdom for Wrestle Kingdom 15, but they gotta do the proper proportions for these protocols. You can never be too careful. But good video package though. They ready to open it too, where it to everything that's happened for they didn't run down the entire thing about what happened with for 2020. Just the important ones, like the G1s, basically where it to the matches that was being booked for the show itself. Where it to the Super Juniors, or should I say the best of the Super Juniors, the Super J Cup, the G1 Climax, the whole briefcase, United States. I think it was the New Japan, the New Japan US that they did with Kenta winning it, and then what tends to the whole Road to Tokyo Dome shows they did, and yeah, there you go. That's basically the gist of it. And we start opening up the show. They open up the show with pyros, not too much pyros, but those pyros. And then you hear Rocky Romero open the show saying it's January 4th, and you know what that means. And then you have Kevin Kelly on commentary, basically talking about the passing of Brody Lee. Basically send his wishes to the families and to the wrestling world about this whole thing. So it's nice that they acknowledge Brody Lee in this. Even though Brody has never competed for New Japan Pro Wrestling, which is unfortunate that he's never get that chance to wrestle for Wrestle Kingdom. I mean, for New Japan, I meant to say, because the pandemic is the reason why that Brody Lee could not go to Japan to wrestle for New Japan. It's and then it's the final about his own time and death. Unfortunately, that the situation of his lungs is what took away of his dream to wrestle for in Japan, and eventually maybe to eventually wrestle at Wrestle Kingdom. So sad. But at the end of the day, life goes on. But rest in peace to Brody Lee, though. So yeah, nice that they acknowledge Brody Lee on the show here. So, Yobe match. It features the winner of the Best of the Super Juniors 27 from 2020 and Hiromu Takahashi, the ticking time bomb, representing for Los Ingobernables de Japón, taking on the winner of the Super J Cup of 2020, representing Bullet Club, El Fantasmo. So El Fantasmo came out first. He brought his golden jacket that he won, and he was basically just throwing it around, messing around with it, basically treating it like garbage and everything because he's a heel. That's basically all the gist of it. He's lucky that the Jushin Thunder Liger ain't there to see all this happening because Jushin Thunder Liger would have done something to him. I don't know if he will or not, but because he's retired now, but he will not be taking that line down the way he's on that that El Fantasmo is treating his best chance to train the Super Juniors Cup that he thought of back in the 90s. Cut my neck there. And then Hiromu Takahashi comes out with a hoodie, blanket, snuggler or something like that. Something that basically his interest was that he just woke up, or in a way he woke up like this. Now last year we had a crazy entrance with him wearing this feathers like he's a bird and everything. Which is a trench coat feather fur. It was that weird thing. I don't know. It was weird. And then this one, I like myself. Come on, Hiromu Takahashi. Come on, he could have come up with something better than that. At least bring out his his cats. Daryl the cat. The stuffed cat. But whatever. But yeah, but this will determine who will challenge for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship against the Bone Soldier, Taiji Ishimori, representing Bullet Club for night 2. This match lasted 17 minutes and 46 seconds. Good match. A lot of good spots in the match. A lot of storytelling. A lot of selling. Pertains to Hiromu Takahashi. El Fantasmo. Obviously, he's always known to cheating and everything, and for a reason, Hiromu Takahashi was badly hurt in this match. Pertains to El Fantasmo using his right boot, which I'm assuming it was probably loaded with some steel object that he's got in his boot, wherever. And Hiromu Takahashi is trying to referee this, but there's no proof of it because it never came to play at the end of it. I thought at least it would come to play, and during this match, but it didn't. I thought it was going to Hiromu Takahashi taking his boot off, but the thing is, he couldn't use one hand because one hand was broken, unfortunately, and it makes you wonder what's going to happen with him, on night 2, which it brings me to this point where yes, Hiromu Takahashi did win, as I predicted, as I knew he would, and as he should, because two Bullet Club members going up against each other wouldn't that make any sense, So I kind of knew that Hiromu Takahashi was going to win. But in this circumstance, is he going to beat the Bone Soldier on night 2, knowing that he's not going to be coming in there 100% because of what El Phantasmo did, where it tends to what could be in his boot that could be prevented, what prevented him of Hiromu Takahashi having a broken hand in the first place. And yeah, but it was a good match. On the way this match ended, by the way, he got him with some kind of Hurricane roll up, that he did. It wasn't a finishing move that he did. It was just a Hurricane roll up, basically, surprising a win over on El Phantasmo, and that was it. Now we're chasing my predictions for night 2. That I would say for after this video. I decided to just do the preview after this video. By the way, speaking of which, unfortunately I couldn't do the live reactions, for many reasons. I'm just gonna leave it as that. So I apologize for that. So don't expect any live reactions for night 2 for that Wrestle Kingdom. But I promise you this: New Year Dash live reactions, guarantee. So just want to throw that out there. Then we move on to a tag team match, the only tag team match to have on the show here. And it'll be for the IWGP Tag Team Championship. It was the winners of the World Tag League 2020, the Guerrillas of Destiny. The firing squad representing Bullet Club, being accompanied by Jado. You got Tanga Lola and Tamatonga versus the Dangerous Tackers. The Dangerous Techers, excuse me. Representing Suzuki-gun, being accompanied by Doki, Taiji, and Zack Sabre Jr. This match was good. By the way, folks, represents to New Japan Pro Wrestling matches. You'll be hearing from me saying matches that were decent to good to great or let alone best, because that's what they do in New Japan Pro Wrestling. It's all about treating the sports very seriously, unless your name is Yano. Anyways, but yeah, this match was good. Obviously there was some shady going on, some shady heel tactics going on from both sides, because they're both heels. Both sides were heels. But it was a fun match though too. I loved it. In the end, it was the Guerrillas of Destiny, as I predicted, as I thought it would happen. They will win, except they cheated to win when they used the iron glove. I think this was called the Iron Glove. That Taichi uses. It was music against him. Back at the World Tag League, it was music at one point on Zack Sabre Jr. when the Guerrillas of Destiny got the win on them. This time, it's the other way around, when Taiji got hit with it. So either way, the Guerrillas of Destiny got a win here over the tag team champions, and new IWGP Tag Team Champions, 7th reigns. They are the best in the world, and they proved it. Doesn't matter how they did, they proved it. One of my favorite tag teams in New Japan Pro Wrestling are the Guerrillas of Destiny. So yeah, they stole the belts, and they stole the Iron Glove. I don't know if they're going to plan on giving it back to Taiji, but they got the glove. So yeah, the tag team champions were robbed, as I expected. And that was it. Good match. I loved it. Then we get Kenta, the certification holder of the United States Championship challengers rights to face the United States champion. Speaking of which, I gotta mention this. So here's the question that needs to be answered. Did Jon Moxley show or no show? He no show. But he showed up on a Typetron, filmed back in in the U.S. somewhere in Los Angeles, California. I'm assuming it's in L.A. when they did the whole thing where they're doing the New Japan shows all there for those that couldn't go overseas to Japan, because of the whole pandemic thing. But John Moxley was there. He was in the middle of the ring. He pulls up the hoodie, reveals himself. He's the United States champion, and he cuts a promo. And he says that he's the boogeyman of New Japan. And I say to myself, so what's Minoru Suzuki then? Because Minoru Suzuki, he oh well, he's the devil. I will say we'll say that. But pertains to being a scary man, yeah, he is the devil. But yeah, John Moxley cut a good promo though, and he says it doesn't matter who wins, between Kenta or Kojima, Moxley is going to be waiting for them. So yeah, unfortunately, John Moxley was not there at Wrestle Kingdom, but at least he was acknowledged on that show and showed up on the Titantron. And it makes you wonder if he's going to be part of New Year Dash. I'm not getting my hopes up for that, but we'll see what happens with that whole thing. If he shows up, great. If he doesn't show up, oh well. But we do know that eventually John Moxley will be facing whoever won this match, which I'm about to get to who won this match. But at least they're not relinquishing the title away from John Moxley, because we desperately want to see Kenta versus John Moxley, and eventually we will get that. But as far as this match was, Kenta, the holder of the rights to challenge for the IWGP United States Championship, he went up against Satoshi Kojima, who's being accompanied by his tag team partner Hiroyoshi Tenza. And the match itself, it was decent. This match was supposed to have Juice Robinson, like I mentioned before from my preview. About it, folks. I was wrong actually. I thought it was a broken nose he may have suffered because of the briefcase shot. It wasn't his broken nose at all. It was actually his orbital eye socket. Basically, the eye got injured of that shot for the briefcase, which prevented Juice Robinson to forfeit this match, which is why Kojima ends up being a replacement. Now, to me, he wasn't the best choice. To be honest with you, folks, he was not my best choice, but at least he was there to be the safe route for this whole thing, because he's having an amazing run for being in the wrestling business for 30 years. 50-year-old man, still doing this thing for 30 years, and he still looks great. Still looking in the great condition that he is in. Now, like I said, this match was decent. Wasn't really expecting much about this match. In the end, it was Kenta winning. So, not much to say about that. He wanted to go, but the GTS go to sleep. So yes, Kenta is going to be waiting for John Moxley when he shows up. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. The tag team match lasted 19 minutes and 18 seconds, just in case I didn't mention it. And the Kenta match they had with Kojima lasted 14 minutes and 12 seconds. 14 minutes and 12 seconds. And by the way, the New Japan Rambo match lasted 34 minutes and 40 seconds. In case I didn't mention that either. So there you go. After this match, they took a 15-minute break, which is to sanitize in the ring. The whole protocol for the pandemic, because of the pandemic. And then after that was all done, then we get to the next match. The other half of the match for Wrestle Kingdom, and it featured a special match, a special singles match. Is Hiroshi Tanahashi versus the Dominator, Great Khan, representing the Empire. By the way, Kenta representing Bullet Club. Just want to mention that. But anyways, back to this match. This match was good. The match I thought was pretty good between Great Khan and Hiroshi Tanahashi. Storytelling in a way too as well. So yeah, not much to say about that. I gotta say this too. A couple of the wrestlers here on they had no new attires on except for Kenta, Kojima, um, Hiromu Takahashi, Taiji, Zack Sabre Jr., Hiroshi Tanahashi. It looked like it was new. Yeah, I think it was new. Especially his new robe, by the way. Um, Gabriel Khan, he went for having short tights to some kind of baggy sweatpants like that was in a way, but it looks it doesn't look like sweatpants in a way, but it's kind of hard to describe it too. Think of maybe Aladdin pants maybe something like that, but with a nice color and a nice design on it too. Something to that degree, you know. But yeah, but this match itself was good. But the outcome of the match, Gabriel Khan lost. I was not expecting him to win. And by the way, the steel chair was used in this one, sort of. Gabriel Khan tried to use a steel chair, and then when Hiroshi Tanahashi saw the steel chair, he wanted to use it on him, but he's like, nope, he doesn't need it. And he was right, he didn't need it because he beat him. I'm like, wow, a new fashion made in New Japan Pro Wrestling, and already Gabriel Khan loses. And this isn't the first either, but that'll be coming up eventually soon, folks. More chance to me doing catching ups all these past reviews for for New Japan. But yeah, I was a little disappointed that he lost to Gabriel Khan, but not gonna rant about that. I just thought it was a wrong decision there. But Hiroshi Tanahashi, the story here is that he may be winding down, but he's still the ace of New Japan, and he still got a lot left in his he still got a lot left in the tank, basically. So that's basically what the story was. So yeah, he's entitled to overcome any young guys, especially to the dominator, the Gabriel Khan. And this match lasted 7 minutes and 13 seconds. Then we get to another special singles match that featured the Rainmaker, Kazuchika Okada versus he's no longer called the Aerial Assassin, let alone no longer called the Assassin. He is now called the Commonwealth Kingpin. Yeah, because of him being the leader of the Empire and betraying Okada to form his own faction. Because the story here is that Okada was holding him back, which is bullshit. But the video package here was great too, by the way. But anyways, so Will Ospreay is being covered by Bea Priestley, his girlfriend or fiance, whichever. But yeah, in this match, Will Ospreay had a great a new outfit for his ring attire and for his entrance too. By the way, it was cool. Bea Priestley was matching his designs, but we're just her style. Kazuchika Okada had a new trench coat and a new kilt. I'm calling it a kilt because it's basically what it is. But his type of design, or just him being Japanese. And Okada had a new ring attire too, which I like it actually. The one that he had last year, I thought it was alright, but to me it didn't suit well to me that much because I just couldn't get into it. It reminds me of Alberto Patron when he wore gold tights. Excuse me, trunks, whichever you want to say. But yeah, but this one he had was good. I loved it. But yeah, like the same thing with change Okada's entrance with the whole trench coat light up that lights up and everything that goes in the dark in a way. This one had it too. It was like a type of camouflage in a way. Not actual camouflage, but if you see how it looked, yeah, know what I mean. For those who watch the show. But this match itself, oh yeah, this match was great. Great match. It was storytelling in there. There was a lot of outside interference from, well, I won't say outside interference that much with Brie Priestley, but she was a big distraction for numerous occasions. And yeah, happened in this match. Okada was soaring over the ropes onto Will Ospreay. Uh, a lot of crazy spots in the match too, from these guys, and it was to a T, just perfect, pitch perfect, in the way every way, breaking rules outside the ring and everything, and fighting, in and out the ring a lot. Brie Priestley at one point was taken off the apron by Will Ospreay because Okada ran Ospreay into her. Um, Ospreay, was put into the money clip that Okada always using over, for is this submission move. Basically, the the Cobra Clutch, or in a way the $1 million Dream. Um, but he calls it the money clip, and I don't mind him using that move. But I'm like, when is he going to start using the Rainmaker as his finishing move again? Because I missed that. He did the Rainmaker here twice. Even one that was discus Rainmaker, like a discus lariat. Will Ospreay did the Rainmaker onto Okada, using his finishing move onto Okada, but didn't get the job done. Even did the odds cutter at one point, and trying to do the hidden blade. Even one he tried to do one, we want Okada to see himself to do, but that was a big mistake there. He should have did it behind him, like he should have done. But yeah, this was a back and forth match between these two guys, and this was a match was off the hook. And then finally, Okada. At one point, Okada did the tombstone onto Will Ospreay on the apron. Nasty. Will Ospreay with a Spanish Fly to Okada into the ring. Nice. Just soaring in midair. Oh man. But yeah, in the end, Okada, he does the actual Rainmaker. The whole thing where he's grabbing you from behind, grabs you from your arm, and then turns you, and then gives you the Rainmaker, and like wow, he actually did it. He actually did the Rainmaker, and he won with it. So yes, Okada won with the Rainmaker, and that's the important thing, is that Okada won. When I saw that win with Okada over Will Ospreay, I see myself, another loss for a new faction in the Empire. And not only the Great Khan lost against Tanahashi, but the leader of the Empire loses to the leader of Chaos, a faction that he was once part of. Okada beats Ospreay. I was not fine with that. I was not fine with that decision either, folks. I'm like, wow, you're really New Japan is really burying this new faction. All that's left now is for Jeff Cobb to lose to Shingo Takagi on the next night for Wrestle Kingdom. But what if he wins? It's gonna make those two look bad, because they couldn't even beat the Ace or the Rainmaker. I thought it was a big mistake. Okada should have never won. Tanahashi should have never won. It should have been about the Empire, or potentially them building their factions to take over New Japan, and you just show them that they're a bunch of losers. Even with Ospreay, Will Ospreay was supposed to prove himself here against Okada, and he didn't do it. He failed. He didn't get the job done. Big mistake. Main event time. Kota Ibushi, the Golden Star, who was the winner of the G1 Climax 30 from 2020. The real winner, doesn't matter if Jay White got the briefcase. Versus the IWGP Heavyweight Champion and the IWGP Intercontinental Champion. By the way, the match between Okada and Will Ospreay was 35 minutes and 41 seconds. In case I didn't mention that, long ass match. Surprise, that was longer than this match. for the double titles between between Naito and Ibushi, which lasted 31 minutes and 18 seconds. Kota Ibushi's entrance, it was just him coming out there, and then the graffiti's coming down, gold graffiti. Basically he's a golden rain maybe on him. I don't know. Golden stars raining on him maybe. I'm assuming that's what it's supposed to be. Tetsuya Naito had his grand entrance. I think Kota Ibushi had that grand entrance too, because it was basically for the main event. It was about the main event. I did on the whole middle part of the how could I forget this too, by the way? The stage was incredible. I love the stage of Wrestle Kingdom 15. Awesome stage. Loved it. Especially this entrance, that entrance, and then you had the middle entrance, which is the grand entrance, which I'm assuming it was supposed to be for for Naito and Ibushi, because it's the main event for the two belts. So this match was to see if New Japan was going to go with Kota Ibushi, and we'll get to when we get to it. This match itself, there was a couple of spots that there were that was didn't get all of it, but it was still a great match. It really showcased these two, they are the best of what they can do, and this main event really showcases that well. And these guys have matches before many times and never gets old, and this was no different. Great match from both sides. Multi finishers from Kota Ibushi onto Naito, even for Naito as well. But if the job finally got done with Kota Ibushi pulling down the knee pad, he tried to go for it, but Naito countered it. And I think he did something to do Destino, but not the way that he does it where he wins. But it was another way to do it, but he didn't get the job done. And I think he tried to go for it again, but then Ibushi counter, and then he went for the knee, basically the knee. I think it's supposed to be the knee trigger, the ripcord way. They went for the Kamagoye, which is his finisher move, which he did multiple times already. This time with no knee pad, and he got the win. So yeah, they pulled the trigger for Kota Ibushi. He got screwed over last year, but this year they made up for him. Your winner and new IWGP Intercontinental and Heavyweight Champion of New Japan, Kota Ibushi, wins. And referees get ready to give him the belt. All of a sudden, by the way, before he did, when the match was over, Ibushi was next to Naito when Naito was still laying down. He went for the cover on him again, because he's saying that like, oh, is this match not over yet? Let me cover him. And then Reshu's referee went to him like, no, it's over. You won. Like, oh, I won. I thought that was good. And then he gives him the belt, but then Naito takes it away from Reshu's. Then he starts walking towards Ibushi, and Ibushi's walking towards him as well. That I won and everything, and then Naito just hands him the belts, and he raises his hand up, and then he yanks it down, and then he walks away. So he still puts over Ibushi, showing respect and passing him the torch, but still frustrated that he didn't walk out as the champion, as two champions. So yeah, that was it for Naito's reign, which is understanding. I was fine with that. Ibushi, he deserved it. Good for him. Naito's time is up. Retains him being the champion. He has run, and now it's time for Ibushi to have his run. And then we had Jay White coming out there with Gedo. So Jay White is in a nice suit, and he's got his briefcase, and basically he starts raining on Ibushi's parade, his celebration, to let him know that you're not really the champion, because I'm the champion. Because the next night you're facing me, and and it's like your reign's not gonna last long because he's gonna become the new champion of the heavyweight and Intercontinental champion because he said something about you will breathe with the switchblade in his new era, and that was it. So then Kota Ibushi starts cutting a promo. Now he was speaking in Japanese, but we had a translator, some guy named Chris something. I can't remember his name. I don't think his name is on here either. No, it's not. But I know his name is Chris. But first of all, Ibushi thanks Naito, for that, and then he says to Jay White he's gonna beat him and everything, and he said some other things too. But that was basically it. I think he's in a way he said he's proud to be the champion and all that. And he's proud to do for these fans and everything. And that was it. And that was the show. And that includes your results for Wrestle Kingdom 15 night 1 from January 4th, 2021. And now for the highlights of Wrestle Kingdom 15 for night 1. Swerve of the night, Jay White shows up to spoil Ibushi's moment for a while. Shock of the night, Rainmaker finisher returns. Returns to Okada versus Ospreay. Moment of the night, Tetsuya Naito passes the torch to the winner, Kota Ibushi. Another moment of the night, by the way, because I think I put 2 moments of the night. Ibushi winning the titles, finally getting the titles that he should have gotten last year. But during last year, I was advocating, Naito getting the belts either way. So, promo of the night, Jon Moxley. I'm not gonna go with Jay White. No, I'm not giving him that. I'm giving Jon Moxley this. Video promo of the night. Actually, there's 2. That WGP double gold main event, Naito versus Ibushi. And Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada. Those video packages were well done. Interest of the night is more than one, folks. You get to see Naito with his white suit with some crazy design he had on there too. Kota Ibushi's golden star rating upon him, which is graffiti. Graffiti, as I meant to say. The Great Khan's entrance rotates to him doing that weird dancing that he does. Where he's and then he was doing, and then he was hopping. I remember seeing him hopping. Like you guys gotta see his entrance, man. It's gotta be on YouTube. It's gotta be up on YouTube right now, or someone's gotta have it up there already. His entrance for Wrestle Kingdom 15, the Great Khan's entrance. It's the most weirdest entrance, but I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I think it's great. Will Ospreay with B. Priestley, with that entrance, returns to their outfits, the outfits alone, and Kazuchika Okada. So basically, you got the best 5, the top 5 entrances happening here. Performance of the night. It's more than one. The best of the top 4, I should say. Will Ospreay, Kazuchika Okada, El Phantasmo, and Hiromu Takahashi. Performances of the night was those 4. Move of the night, more than one. El Phantasmo's sunset flip powerbomb to Hiromu Takahashi on the outside, which was pretty nasty, especially where it pertains to Hiromu Takahashi's neck with his issues back in 2018. Whew, my God. Was it 2018? Yes, it was. Now I remember, it was 2018. Um, Okada's. I mean, not yet. Will Ospreay's Spanish Fly was great onto Okada, and we're still doing it off the top rope, and Oka- Okada's Tombstone on the ring apron. The way it was done, holy shoot! Will Ospreay, man. But the match took a after that though. You know, we thought it was gonna be a count out victory, which is for Okada. So yeah, it was the top three on that pertains to that. For moves of the night. Finish of the night. Um, yeah, finish of the night. Is more than one. You got Kazuchika Okada's Rainmaker. I'm sorry. Kenta's GTS was first, obviously. Then you have the Kamagoe by Kota Ibushi and Kazuchika Okada's Rainmaker. Remember, is someone else, by the way? Oh yeah, how could I forget? Hiroshi Tanahashi with the high fly flow on the Great Khan. So there you go. There's four. All right. Brutal match of the night will have to be the IWGP Tag Team Championship match, but in a good way. A good brutal match. Show Stealer will have to be the IWGP Double Gold main event between Ibushi and Naito. Match applause. That's something I put in there that's new. Routines this whole thing since that's the best I could come up with routines to Japanese these New Japan fans. I meant to say routines to clapping. That's the best thing they could do as of now. But match applause of the night is more than one. The IWGP Double Gold main event between Naito and Ibushi. Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada, and Great Khan versus Hiroshi Tanahashi. So yeah, the top three pertains to match applause of the night. Match applauses of the night, I should say at this point. And finally, match of the night, I gotta give it to Will Ospreay versus Kazuchika Okada. That was a great match. That was all pitch perfect for everything that it did, from in the ring and outside the ring, and would be Priestley be involved too. And there you go, folks. And my overall score for the show for Wrestle Kingdom 15 Night 1 from January 4th, 2021, I'm going to go with an 8.5 out of 10. Great show. Great show. Now, all we got to look forward to now is Night 2 for Wrestle Kingdom 15, which I will give you a preview of it at this review. But for now, thank you all for watching. For It's the Natural Born Driller, saying if this is the first time you're experiencing yours truly right here on YouTube, on my channel, please, if you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell for more future contents, especially your favorites and mine's. Checking out the Trash series. Also, if you enjoyed this review, give it a like, or if you didn't enjoy this review, give it a dislike. Either way, thank you for spending your time joining along with me, Natural Born Driller, try to give you the absolute best content, Orange Cassidy style, that I can give you. And with that being said, you'll stay well, stay safe, take care of yourself and everything that's going on in the world, wear your mask, wear your gloves, love one another, God bless one another, live in peace and harmony for us all. Saying, as I say, peace on the streets. So I'm gonna get out here for now. Ta for now. Until I give you the next video, which is gonna be the preview for Night 2 for Wrestle Kingdom 15. So you all stay tuned, and I'll see you all later. Take care.